beautiful that you would see here, and just the perfect reason why fall and football just are a perfect match together. You know, the scenery just setting the tone for Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, like my dad would say, the sky looks like Cloud City from Star Wars.
Love that. So 2 wingbacks once again for Jennings County. Sets up fakes the handoff and takes it up on a QB rush himself. Fakes the pitch off the wingbacks, and that's the key about this option offense, is having the option to have a triple option, either hand it to the dive back or you pitch it off to the wingback to get an avenue there, and that's one of the benefits of running an option offense, is there's so many misdirections that you can do with that offense to kind of catch a break and create a big play if you can. So 7 down linemen, it looks like, for the Red Devils. Takes the snap. It's going to be straight in the backfield, able to get about 5 yards on that rush to set up third down a few yards. There's a player down on the field for the Red Devils. The trainer's coming out there to take a look at him. Kind of recap what's happened for the Red Devils so far this season. So they lost the first game of the season, 37-0, over in the Cincinnati area against Taft High School. Then came out with a dominant win against Seymour, 20-6. Then lost 48-27 to Bedford North Lawrence. Then headed up north into Central Indiana to take on Kokomo. Then Floyd Central, they lost 34-12. And they beat lost to Bloomington North 36-3. Beat New Albany 42-27, and then lost last week to Columbus East 28-9. And the player is up on his feet, so that's always a great sign for the Red Devils. Malcolm Montz, the defensive tackle, sophomore for this team.
Yeah, this Jeffersonville team definitely has seen a sophomore slump this season. Last year they had, a breakout year after that 0-10. But, we're still a formidable squad.
So, offensive lineman motioning for the team. It's going to be a direct snap up the middle. And not much going on that. Sets up 4th down and short for this offense. It looks like they're going to be huddling up in the backfield. They might try to go for this. And it is pretty decent field position. You're just short of the 50-yard line. Looks like it's spotted at around the 48-yard line. And they are going to go for it.
On the analytical side, it's like 4th and 2. Usually, analytics say go for it.
It's going to be shot up in the backfield. Almost got away from him, but still able to push his way forward and gets the first down for the Panthers. The really interesting thing about this Panther offense and kind of running the option is the way that they're snapping the ball. They're in that kind of shotgun, so they can kind of switch up who they snap the ball to. I think it's kind of interesting. You don't really see that very often. You're not sure if he's going to hand it to the tailback or if it's going to go to the traditional quarterback. It's kind of an interesting approach. This time it went to the quarterback, and he was able to sneak it up for a few yards.
Yeah, that plays sometimes when you make a mistake, the good thing about it is that it's a mistake and the defense doesn't expect it.
It's going to be a direct hand up. Almost made contact, but it's an open avenue over at the 40-yard line on the screen pass over on the left side. So the quarterback, Brady Franks, almost got bumped by his tailback on the motion from the left side. But able to find a receiver on the left side. It's Kyle Byram, the tight end junior for this team. And now Panthers finding a little bit of light here on their second drive, and the ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
The benefit of running the option is that you can sneak in these passes, and a defense will not expect it.
Yeah, all it takes is just running the ball 8 times in a row, where all you need for your defense, or all you need for your offense, is hoping that the defense can assume that they're going to run it, and that's exactly when you do a play action pass to kind of catch them off guard. So Frank's communicating with the rest of his offense just so they can get on the same page. It's a snap over to Franks. He kind of corrals it. It looked like it was a high snap, a penalty marker thrown down on the field. I almost wonder if Jennings County has had some struggle snapping the ball this season. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they kind of have this wing-back approach, if you will, on the snaps. I'm not exactly sure why they have that, but it's definitely unique, and it's working so far on the second drive.
Yeah, I've not seen a lot of teams ever really work like this, but I mean, sometimes it fails for them, on the first drive on the third down, but sometimes it works from on the fourth down play. This drive, it's very unique.
So the penalty marker on the field was against Jennings County. He was holding on offense. Only one wide receiver out on the far right side. Two wingbacks for the Panthers. Franks takes the snap, fakes the handoff, tries to take it up his field, and is able to pitch it late and finds the edge and gets around to the 40-yard line. Still a long way to go to get the first down on the 1st and 18, but that was kind of a nice late pitch to get it over to McCory on the left side.
Yeah, I mean, McCory has been, a sound player on both sides for just Jennings County team. But, I mean, it's just a nice way of the option, right? They go, defense goes one way, but the ball is going the other way. It's just a nice switch up.
It's all about the misdirection for the Panthers. It's a direct snap to Franks. He surveys the field on the right side, guns it over, and it's going to be caught. Or check that, no, it falls incomplete. Looked like it was going to be corralled into the hands of Nathan Harrison. The senior wide receiver had it, but unable to corral it in for the possession. It sets up 3rd down and 12.
I mean, that's a gut punching if you're Jennings. I mean, the few plays that you can do a pass and keep it an option, and you just fumble it at the end. Ooh.
4 down lineman for the Red Devils on defense. Franks takes the direct snap, surveys the field, looking to throw it. Is met with some pressure. He tries to roll out to the right side, but is tackled down in the backfield for a sack. And a nice play defensively to set up the 4th down play here and stop them in the middle of the field. We'll see what this Panther offense already went for a 4th down conversion early on and able to convert. But it looks like they are going to punt it. And I can only assume that they're trying to punt it because it's 4th and 22. So it's really hard to convert it when you have that many yards to make up for it.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings had some steam there, but just fall apart at the end.
A wobbly kick over to the right side, bounces his way out of bounds. And the ball is spotted at the 18-yard line in the Red Devil zone. So we already saw early success for the Red Devils, taking the ball over at the 40-yard line in the Panthers' territory, able to make it nice and easy, drive their way down to the field. It's 5:49 to go here in the first quarter. The Red Devils lead 7-0 over the Jennings County Panthers.
Now, if you're Jeff, I mean, you just got to keep on running the ball. I mean, because that first drive showed that Jeff was just running around the Jennings County defense. Now, that could change in the second drive, but, just taking what we saw from the first drive, they were able to just run the ball and run around him.
Take a look at Jennings County, what their season has been looking like in 2025. They lost their first game 27-6 to South Dearborn. Got their first win against Beech Grove, a 44-0 forfeit win for that squad to start off 2025. Thomas hands it off into the backfield to Williams. He gets a few yards. Gets just past the 20 and gets tackled down at around the 21-22-yard line. Then after that, they won 27-2 against Eastern High School, then lost at home against Columbus East. Then had a dominant win against Madison, 41-20. Then lost 63-0 to Bedford North Lawrence, 44-7 to Seymour, 63-0 to Floyd Central. And now they play Jeffersonville here today before setting up their sectional playoff game against Bedford North Lawrence. Thomas takes a snap, guns it over, straight up the middle, and almost gets intercepted, but able to make the catch. One of the defensive backs for Jennings County came swarming in and was unable to get there right in time. It looked like it was Nathan Harrison who tried to come in for the pick.
Yeah, good job on Braylon Gray to keep his hands on that because, wow, he got clocked. He almost got intercepted there. But Braylon Gray said, not today.
Two wide receivers on the far side, on the left side. One wide receiver on the right side. Williams is in the backfield. Thomas has a high snap and has to go all the way back to the 20-yard line to cover over it and save a potential disastrous play for the Red Devils, and the snap was just a little bit too high of Thomas.
Jeez, I mean, are they putting olive oil on that football? It's just slip. Everybody's making mistakes today on the snaps.
That sets up 2nd down and 30 with 4:30 to go here in the first quarter. Red Devils have the 7-0 lead, and that's kind of the first negative play for the Red Devils so far here today. You got trips here on the right side. One wide receiver on the left side. Williams to the left of Thomas. It's going to be a screen pass to Nation Rowe McBroom. He's got the edge. He's at the 35, the 40, 45, 50. Get tackled out of bounds and an explosive play to bring it all back and get the first down.
I mean, talk about instant karma right there. I mean, as soon as it gets thrown back, Nation just goes boom.
And all he needs is just a little bit of space, just a little bit of an avenue to take it upfield and get some yards.
What a beautiful run.
So it's 1st and 10 now. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Trips receivers out to the left side. One wide receiver here on the near side. It's going to be Gray. Williams is in the backfield to the right of Thomas. Thomas in the shotgun takes a snap, and immediately the play is stopped with a flag thrown on the turf. We'll see what the penalty is going to be on. I can only assume that, so check that. No, it's actually encroachment on the defense. So that will move the ball just a little bit forward for the Red Devils. Now at around the 38-yard line.
This offense has had a lot of penalty issues this year. Maybe they could be finally getting a break this game.
Yeah, this time it's on the defense. Thomas with a screen pass over to Nation Rowe McBroom, able to evade one defender, tries to get past another, and gets tackled down. The flag is thrown down on the field.
I mean, it was a good job by my Nation to just sidestep him, like a Michael Jackson moonwalk. But the defenders were coming at him hard.
This time the penalty is going to be on the offense. So that will move it back just a few yards back. And like we mentioned earlier, the penalties have come out to bite the Red Devils at times this season. As soon as you get positive momentum, it felt like they were taking 2 steps back to just reverse all of that. But, we've had it's been a pretty tame start so far, but you just got to make sure that you stay disciplined out on the field.
Yeah, sorry about that. Announcer's jinx, my bad.
It happens from time to time.
It happens to the best of us.
You're trying to give your best analysis, and did a pretty good job. It's just unfortunate for the Red Devils in that situation. But one receiver out on the left side, one here, two receivers here on the right side up tight. Thomas hands it off to Williams. Williams gets a few yards, gets wrestled down at around the 49-yard line on the Panthers side.
Good job on these past few plays. They have been swarming to the ball, and that is a unique thing compared to earlier on in this game.
So 2nd down and 17. Clock rolling with 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. The Red Devils have a 7-0 lead over the Panthers. Trips bunch on the left side. One receiver out here on the near side. It's Nation Rowe McBroom. Check the snap. Oh, Thomas with another snap that he's able to struggle, but tries to run his way over to the right side. Thinks he has an edge. Able to pick his feet up and try to get it back, but that's going to be a loss on that play. Thomas having a few struggles. I don't know if it's some miscommunication. That one looks like it was on Thomas. It looks like it was maybe a little bit low, but unfortunate situation there.
I mean, both offenses have been struggling being able to snap this ball this game. I mean, this definitely could be a trend going into these further quarters.
It's going to be a handoff and a run over here on the right side. And gets a few yards. stop just at around the line of scrimmage.
There seems to be a flag on Jeffersonville. And the Jeff offense gets sent.
Yeah, they're going to move a
back.
few yards back.
There seems to be some miscommunication down there on the Jeff side of coaches.
Yeah, they're trying to get the right play in there, you know. It's 3rd down and 19. Check that. No, the ball spotted. A little bit confused with what's going on the field. So it looks like the scoreboard's not following up quickly. It is 4th. It looks like it's 4th down.
The
penalty. So I know that's what happened. The penalty was declined, so it moves to the next play. So instead of doing that, it sets up the 4th down. So it sets up the punt here, and it's a high kick, but doesn't go very far. And it bounces its way just short of the 20, picked up at around the 22 yard. So the Panthers get a stop on defense, exactly what they needed to set up there. You're only down by a touchdown, and now to finish strong here late in the first.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Jennings County, you're still in this game. You know, that first drive was demoralizing for sure. But, I mean, you're still, even, you know, going into the second quarter, you're still only down by a touchdown. You're still in this game.
Ball spotted at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Franks takes a snap, check that, no, able to get the handoff over to McCrory. Gets the 3 yards, not a ton there, sets up 2nd down. And that's the key. That's the key for this Panthers offense, is just to fake those handoffs and just assume that they're going to do the handoff, or if Franks decides he's going to keep it, he's going to hope that everyone bites on the handoff or the toss or the pitch over to the left side so he can have a free lane on the other side.
I mean, the option is all about, like, you know, quick, you know, actions. You know, if you see it wrong, you lose it.
And this time Franks keeps it himself, tries to go up the middle, doesn't get much going there, and sets up 3rd down. And that's the other thing that's hard about running the option offense, is that you have to be careful with your decision making. You can't create too many risks because you are pitching the ball. So there is a lot of risk that, you know, you have to be able to have really good ball handling skills, able to know that you see another playmaker who can go and make the play. You got to find your pitch man and just not assume that he's going to be open, because otherwise that's a live ball and it could be a fumble.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make all the decisions in a span of, like, a few seconds. I mean,
yeah.
It's a lot more crazier than people think.
Yeah, quick decisions. Whistle's blown. It's going to be a timeout on the Red Devils side. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Red Devils lead 7-0 over the Jennings County Panthers. It's 3rd down and 6. The ball spotted at the 26-yard line.
You know, some keys to take away from this game so far is that, you know, just Jeff offense started off hot at the beginning, but is starting to cool off now. And this, you know, but both defenses are standing strong. Like, you know, 7 points scored in the first quarter. You know, this is definitely more of a defensive battle.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons why the Red Devils were able to score early on was the prime field position that they had. They were starting at the 40-yard line on the Jennings County side, so they just made it super easy. All they did was a couple plays, throw a screen pass over to Nation Rowe, make room to score the touchdown. So they made it look so easy on the first drive that maybe I think they just thought it was going to be a cakewalk, and Jennings County, saying not so fast, has kept it close so far.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings County got punched in the face, but stands right back up.
Frank's alone in the backfield, takes a snap. He's going to try to survey the field and gets smashed in the backfield for the sack. A swarm of Red Devil defenders able to get there in time, and Trey Martin gets the sack. And you saw he did really well defensively, kind of jumping up in the air, trying to see if he could kind of deflect the pass if he was able to throw it off, but he played that really well.
I mean, that's just like an amazing defensive performance by that line. I mean, all the players coming out, Trey Martin just, get his hands and make sure that he doesn't pass it, and a defensive hawking him in. I mean, that is excellent defensive line performance.
And still kept the speed to try to put pressure on him. I think that was key as well. That sets up the punt. Boots it away over onto the right side. And having trouble getting it was Nation. He'll take his way over to the right side. Look to make something out of nothing. He's at the 50. He's got an avenue. 45-40, 35-30. Still rolling his way. He's headed into the end zone for the touchdown. There is a flag down on the field. Just kind of snuck his way in what looked like it was going to be disastrous. Went from a no, no, no to a yes. And scores the touchdown there. We'll see if it still stands. And he just zoomed down that sideline and found a hole quickly.
I mean, call him Houdini. Just, thought it was horrible, but, sometimes those botched attempts it's a blessing in disguise.
So we'll see what the refs are communicating here. Let's see what side it was on. I'm not quite sure if there was a block in the back or not out on the field. We'll see what the refs come to a conclusion here.
I mean, we'll definitely hear it from the reaction of the crowd.
They're still talking it over. So it looks like it's actually on Jennings County. Surprising they called holding on the Panthers. So the touchdown is still good. The second touchdown of the day from Nation Rowe McBroom. Starting off hot. 2 touchdowns here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Nation is one of these, one of these stars that, just heighten this Jeffersonville team. One of the best for this offense.
Certainly been a star for this Red Devil team. A prime wide receiver, just able to make a play, and he's had a couple of scores on special teams so far this season. And what a way to do it in your last home game of the regular season. Sets up the PAT. Snap down, kick on the way is up, and it is good. So that's the end of the first quarter. Right now, Jeff leads 14-0. You're watching and listening to Red Devil Football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM.
A bank that believes technology should also come with a human touch.
Good morning. Welcome to Republic Bank. How can I help you?
Hi, I got a fraud alert.
Go ahead and scan your ID and we'll look into it. No need to worry.
Thank you.
Thanks, Diana. Have a good one.
One more reason why our clients are nearly 2.5 times more likely to recommend us. Republic Bank. Time to thrive.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the second quarter here at Bill Ware Field in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Right now, the Jeffersonville Red Devils lead 14-0. You're watching and listening to Red Devil Football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM. Tyler Bright, Evan Toba with you here today. The Red Devils off to a good start offensively. 2 touchdowns, both from Nation Rowe McBroom, able to score a 5-yard scamper on the screen pass for the touchdown, and then an electric punt return to take to the house at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we've definitely been the X factor tonight. 14-0 Nation Rowe McBroom.
Schoonover steps his way and boots it away. It's going to be a squib kick up the middle, rolls its way. It's recovered at the 15, the 20. He's at the 25, rolls his way to the outside to the 30. And met hard and kicked out of bounds. And a nice hit from Devon Walker on the kickoff. And the Panthers running this option offense. The is led with a lot of trickery, a little misdirection, handing it off to the dive back. Also has the quarterback and a tailback taking it in the backfield to kind of ease the snap. You know, the tailback is only like, he's right off the thigh of the quarterback in Franks, just right there to kind of make it a little bit confusing on who's going to start with the ball. And it's an interesting approach that you don't see very often.
Yeah, I mean, like, these schools that do run the option, I mean, when they do have success, they are the masters of trickery. It's very interesting when they are good at it.
Only 3 backers away from the line of scrimmage, and it's a handoff over to the right side, met just around the 31-yard line. There were only 3 eligible receivers. Everyone else was down on the line for the Panthers squad. You know, the option offense, you don't see many teams run it nowadays. Now, you see it a lot more at the high school level just because of the levels of play and just the demographics of how the schools, but it is a successful offense if you run it successfully. And there's been times where the Panthers haven't had as much success this season, but, a little glimpses here and there. You can see where the success is there. You just got to execute. It's going to be a high snap over to Franks. He gets tripped up, and I think he was down with the knee, but he was met by at least 3 Red Devils who were right there.
I mean, that's just a perfect example of when the option goes wrong. Because, when you're doing the option, you're taking a risk, right? You're taking a risk on whether you can trick them or not. And when you don't trick them, you're just, it's just an easy loss.
Yeah, because what the option does is it's relying that your tailbacks and your pitchmen and your wingbacks are able to make the right cuts that they're needed to find space so you can have that option, hence why it's called the option offense. You see Franks in the shotgun. He's got 1 wingback. Franks takes a snap. He's going to gun it over to the right side, and no receiver right there. It looks like it was a miscommunication on the route between the receiver, Corey, and Franks. Could have been a potential interception just out of the way.
I mean, you see Martin over there just like, it's painful when a ball's that misdirected.
Yeah.
And you can almost intercept it.
You can almost imagine what Trey Martin's face would have come in that situation, eyes wide, trying to go and make the play defensively, cause a turnover. Sets up a punt. 4th down and 14. 10:24 to go here in the second quarter. It's a clean punt, gets booted away, and heaves its way out of bounds at around the 45-yard line.
I mean, Jennings County special teams have been giving this Jeff offense, golden ticket. This is the second golden ticket today, on their side of the field still.
The Red Devil offense trying its way out onto the field will look to score their 3rd touchdown of the day early in the second quarter.
I mean, this Jeff offense has had a lot of success on these screenplays. So I'm wondering if there's maybe a little bit more that RPO style that comes into fruition today.
Got 3 wide receivers, 1 on the right side, 2 on the near side, on the left side. Going to be a handoff up the middle to Williams. Williams gets a few yards. Doesn't get much going there.
There have been some standout players today. I mean, Darian has been a good player today. I mean, Nation Roman Grooms has been excellent today. And they're just feeding these players, which is good.
Takes the snap, guns it over to the left side. It's going to be caught. Making the catch is Braylon Gray. Gets a few yards to make it 3rd down and 1. There's a spread formation there. 2 receivers on the right and left side. 1 back in the backfield.
I mean, the 2 catches that Gray has made today, they've been pretty good catches. I mean, that first, amazing catch for his first play. I mean, that catch was, that ball definitely wasn't straight center. That was a little high.
2 receivers down on the near side. It's going to be a handoff over to the right side. He's got a hole, but doesn't get much going there, but it looks like it was just enough to get the 1st down. Maybe we get a few yards set it up nicely. We've seen a lot of changes at the quarterback position. You know, Thomas, of course, getting hurt. Benji Rice being the quarterback. Bachman's in on the field for the Red Devils right now. And that just kind of shows the versatility that you can have at the quarterback position. It's going to be handoff over on the left side. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. Able to find a hole. Williams still running. Gets tackled down at around the 16-yard line. Just got to love the playmakers that you have. Able to just make explosive plays. A lot of them. Williams doing the job so far.
Williams has been amazing today. I mean, he's been that kind of bell cow back. You know, he's able to make yards and make yards.
Trips receivers on the right side, one on the near side, one back in the backfield. It's Williams to the left of Bachman. Bachman in the shotgun. He takes the snap, looks over to the left side, throws it high on the left side, wide open into the end zone. Touchdown Red Devils. Braylon Gray catches it in the left corner of the end zone with 8:44 to go in the second.
A nice catch here to stay in bounds. And, you know, another 7 points for the Red Devils.
That's assuming that they can convert on the extra point here.
Now let's see if Sonora can add one more.
As he awaits the kick. Snap down, kick on the way is up, and it is good. 21-0 for the Red Devils over the Jennings County Panthers. 8:44 to go here in the second quarter, and the Red Devils having the advantage so far in this game. It's been all them here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, this offense, you know, has come out to this is one of these days with this offense come out to a surprising start, and they've just been hot. And with, you know, when you have a streaky offense, when a team is hot, it's like a plane, just launches off.
Yeah, it's are you hot or are you not? And there's been times when they've not been hot this season, but gotta love. I mean, that's all you can ask for in your last assuming it's your last. Well, it is your last regular season home game of the season. You know, maybe if a couple of luck comes your way in the playoffs, you maybe be able to play another game. But we'll get to that bridge when we get there. But now it sets up the kickoff for the Red Devils.
I mean, this Jeff offense right now, hot as a Red Devil.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Could be setting up a long day for the Panthers. You can tell it's fall outside when it's already pitch black. 7:47 here in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Perfect fall night for football. Schoonover trots his way up and boots it away. And that will almost roll its way out of bounds, but if it was Jennings County, I probably would have let that go out of bounds because that would have been a penalty, but he recovers it at around the 37-yard line. But it's immediately hit off of a Red Devil defender on the kickoff. Sets up this Panther offense.
Yeah, if I was that returner, that should have been just left in because, I mean, you got hit and you got 3 yards less.
Yeah, I was just a little bit surprised that, you know, nonetheless, you know, the adrenaline's running a little bit, especially on kickoff when you have, you know, a swarm of Red Devils just going 100 miles an hour down on a kickoff. You know, it can be challenging, you know. But nonetheless, ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Snap to Franks. He hands it off to the backfield, but immediately tackled. The running back, Cam Patterson, the sophomore running back and defensive back.
Like, good job there, that defensive line, to just stay on target and just make sure that running back goes nowhere.
He was tackled right at the line of scrimmage, so it sets up 2nd down and 10. Got one receiver out wide on the left side. Two wing backs. Patterson in the backfield right in front of Franks. This time it goes to Patterson. It's a direct snap. He tries to bulldoze his way a few yards. Gets a few yards and even more. Close to the first down yardage, and a helmet comes off for the Red Devils.
I mean, I saw that earlier where like the tailback faked the failed snap. I mean, that's it's almost like they're using that failed snap to trick Jeff sometimes.
Yeah. It's almost kind of like a hybrid of a shotgun wildcat formation. It's really interesting. It's gonna be a direct snap to Franks. He's gonna take it upfield himself. It looks like it was third down and short. And it looked like he got the first down right there, so that will move the chains for the Panthers. 7:18 here in the second quarter. Red Devils lead 21-0 over the Panthers. Panthers wearing the white jerseys, blue lettering, and blue pants.
Yeah, this Panthers offense, they have struggled at times, but if the chains are moving, you're still alive.
That's all you could ask for if you're the offensive coordinator for Jennings County. Just keep moving the chain and score some points. Something that they've struggled with early in this game. It's going to be a snap to Franks. He's looking for the pass. He's going to roll his way out to the right side. Gets deflected right at the line of scrimmage. It almost gets intercepted at the 35 on the deflection. What a play that Kerryon Thompson tried to go for. And he was actually deflected by Braxton Burton.
That is painstakingly bad. I mean, you had that in the clutches of your hands. You just deflect off.
But nonetheless, still a great defensive play. Sets up second down and 10. So yeah, unfortunately he couldn't get the turnover, but great play, and at least to try to make the play.
Yeah, I mean that's still great defensive performance there.
Franks will try to pass it over to the right side. It falls incomplete. Off of the tip of the hands of Walker Brown, the tight end freshman for the Panthers.
I mean, Franks just threw a faulty pass there. I mean, a tight end can't OBJ it. You're a little bit too far out for the reaching.
Yeah, just a little bit too high. Just a little bit. Or as Bob Uecker used to say in the movie Major League, just a bit outside. Sets up third down and 10. 6:45 to go here in the second quarter. Red Devils lead at 21-0. Franks in the shotgun. Steps back just a little bit. Takes the snap. Looking over to the right side. He's immediately met with pressure on the right side. He'll have to throw it away. And it falls incomplete. Really strong pressure on this left-hand side from Trey Martin and Jaden Kelly just coming in on the blitz hot and ready.
I mean, another thing to talk about is that deflection by Lucas at the end. I mean, that is amazing, being able to get over being behind the receiver, be able to deflect it off. I mean, a great save right there.
So that should set up the punting unit here. And another drive where the Red Devils are able to force this Panthers offense into a 3-and-out.
Oh, it's a fake.
It's a fake over there on the left side. He's rolling. He's at the 45, the 40, and able to get the first down on the fake punt. How about that? When things aren't really going for you offensively, and I almost wonder if that was actually a play and fake punt. I'm assuming it was because he was able to throw it there on the left side, but he was met with pressure there, so that would have been blocked even if he did go for the punt.
I mean, wow, that came out of nowhere.
Having some technical difficulties there on the replay, but looks like we're all set for our TV audience. But sets up a first down for the Panthers.
I mean, the crowd here didn't expect that. Oh, boy, they are dead silent after that.
Franks does the handoff after doing a 360 move Gets a few yards. Cam Patterson able to get the pick. Sets up second down and a few yards. Looks like it's spotted at around the 30-yard line. Second down and 4. 5:45 to go here in the second. And maybe this is the spark that Jennings County needed after they weren't able to convert anything offensively. Now you got a spark here in the second. Franks fakes the hands off, able to run up the middle. He gets a few yards, gets the first down for sure. Gets to the 20-yard line.
It was almost like if that fake punt was like, the spark that woke up this offense. This offense is moving a lot more faster, a lot quicker ever since that play.
Yeah, two receivers out on the right and left side. One back in the backfield. It's McCory. It's going to be a direct snap to Franks. He gets up the middle, tries to bulldoze his way at the 15-yard line. Wrestled down, met with some strong pressure. Looks like it was Jaden Kelly on the tackle. The 6'1" junior safety on this Red Devil defense.
This offense found some life. I mean, this Jeff defense walked in this quarter confident, but something to spice it up here today.
Found some life indeed here late in the second. Franks fakes the handoff and pitches it off into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. You see the handoff right up the middle to Cam Patterson to get the first score for the Panthers. And we talked about misdirection. A prime example right there.
Yeah, that's when the option works right. It is beautiful. It works in your favor because defense is not looking at it at all. But this time,
just smooth execution. I thought Franks took it up at first, and then I just saw on the replay that just the slightest handoff just made it perfect for Patterson to just take it, able to handle it right into his chest on the handoff. Snap down kick on the way. It's up, and it is good. So now it's 21-7. Panthers still down by 2 touchdowns. 4:16 to go here in the second quarter, but now capitalizing off of the fake punt and scoring a touchdown when they needed it most.
Talk about the element of surprise. A lot of people here probably expected Jennings County just to lay over after that 21-0 deficit, but they're still alive. They're showing that we're not lying down without a fight today.
Now the Panthers looking to kick it away left to right. So after this game for the Red Devils, they'll have their sectional playoff game against Center Grove, who is a dominant team so far. 7-1. This is the same team that the Red Devils faced last season in the playoffs and struggled. They lost 70-0. And looking to boot it away for Jennings County. Sam Hernandez, the senior. Looks over to the right side, looks over to the left side, boots it away, tries to go for the onside kick. Almost has a chance to get it. Looks like it is a Red Devil ball. There was a Panther who was right there trying to get it on the right side, but I don't think he was able to. Oh, he tried to bring it back inside, but it was already out of bounds. The Red Devil coaching staff is talking it over.
Talk about, doing these interesting, out of the blue plays. I mean, run the option offense, a fake punt, an onside kick. I mean, They're throwing out the kitchen sink here.
And I think that was the perfect time to do the onside kick, to be honest with you. Late in the second quarter, you scored a touchdown, keep the momentum while you can, and maybe, surprise them just a little bit. A prime example of that was Sean Payton in the Super Bowl when he kicked the onside kick to start off the second half, but didn't quite work right there like it did for the Saints in that Super Bowl. But gotta love the effort for Jennings County. They're making some smart decisions, even though it doesn't always pay off. But it sets up the Red Devils on offense. 2 receivers out here on the left near side. 1 receiver out to the right side. It's going to be handoff over the middle to Williams. Williams gets a few yards, scampers his way just short of midfield, right under the Jeffersonville J logo.
Seems to be some communication here between the coaches and the Jeff players. Just gotta make sure the right play is the right play.
It's going to be a pass over to the left side and a little bit short of Nation Rowe McBroom, unable to make the completion. It's 3rd down and 5.
I don't think Nation was expecting that. I mean, that was a quick pass, and he just kept on running the route, not expecting that ball to be thrown just at blazing speed.
Well, I think also Bachman threw it a little bit behind him. If he just threw it a little bit more ahead of Nation Rowe McBroom, he might have been able to make the catch. But this time, able to make the catch right at the 45-yard line, goes right back to him at almost around the same spot. Penalty marker thrown down on the field. But I like that play there. You try to go right back to Nation Rowe McBroom, saying, I know I didn't get you right there, but I'll make it up for you. Throws the pass right there, gets a few yards. We'll see what the penalty is right here. It looks like it is on Jennings County. So that'll move the chains. A face mask, as you said. And keep moving those chains, move your way down the field. And a great way to respond after Jennings County was able to score off of the fake punt.
That was an unnecessary face mask. I mean, he caught the ball clearly first down.
And he was already going to be tackled his way out of bounds. Bachman almost had that ball falling down on the turf. Will just have to kind of roll his way out of bounds. That sets up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, I mean, multiple plays today, they just botched a snap, and it's just scrambling. Like, it's been so many times. I wonder if it's this can't be just a coincidence.
And we saw that earlier in the season, too. Bachman was struggling with some snaps in the Seymour game. That's why they relied on Benji Rice as the Wildcat quarterback. And he wasn't originally on the varsity squad to start the season. Bachman, a late addition, making his way up to the varsity team. He's going to roll his way out to the right side. Just has to lob it up in the air and hope that someone can be able to make the catch. It falls incomplete. Got to love the effort there from Tristan Newby to try to chase after it to make the grab, but unable to do so. Sets up 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, I mean, he was just scrambling to make it out alive. I mean, it was a nice play to just get the ball out and get, somewhat close to Newby. But you're still on the drive.
Got 2 receivers out here on the left side, 1 on the right side, 1 back in the backfield. It's Williams to the left of Bachman. Bachman, another bad snap. Just has to corral it right at the 45-yard line. They're all the way back to their side of the field. And just another snap that just falls down low. Bachman just can't get to it. Fortunately there, that will set up the punting unit to boot it away.
Jeez, I mean, as a Jeff fan, you're just speechless. I mean, so many mistakes here. They are lucky that they're up 21-7 right now.
It's a fair analysis, and boots it away cleanly. It's received at around the 25, tries to scamper away, gets past 1 defender. He's at the 30, gets wrestled down. A nice, solid, clean tackle from Gary Lewis. And as you were saying there, yeah, there's been too many snaps that have found their way down onto the ground. Just not on the same page Bachman is in his center. And maybe that's because of the quarterback change. You're not used to. Bachman has a very tall frame, so maybe that's because of the case. I'm not quite sure, But that's something that you got to get figured out. Especially you figure that out in practice, and I'm sure that they practice this in practice. It's just unfortunate you don't expect this many mistakes when it comes to game day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brutal gut punch. If you're Jeffersonville offense, they were hot to start this game.
2:28 to go here in the second quarter. Franks looked like he was trying to go for the handoff. Will just have to move his way up the field, gets a few yards. It looks like Franks was trying to find his pitch man, but it was a little bit too late. He looked to his left, looked to his right, and just said, I guess I'll take it upfield. And that's where he was able to get.
I mean, the option offense requires, communication every single time, and when you miscommunicate, you get penalized harshly.
2nd down and 10. Franks in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He hands it off to Patterson. Patterson gets nowhere and met right at the line of scrimmage. Some great defense. It's going to be a timeout called for Jennings County.
I mean, you're looking at Butler's Jeff defense, right? I mean, they were starting off red hot. Made Jennings County put up a goose egg in the first quarter, but this drive before showed that this defense still has some holes. They're not invincible this game. So it's gonna be very interesting going forward, seeing just how this defense maybe adapt to this Jennings County maybe developing more run heavy, being able to just run through them, or will the offense stutter, his defense will capitalize yet again like it was in the first quarter.
Give you a couple of scores going on out here in the Hoosier Hills Conference. Floyd Central is up 28-0 against New Albany in the second quarter. Seymour is up 25-14 over Crispus Atticus from the Indianapolis area. Columbus East right now. It's still 0-0 between them and Bedford North Lawrence. So that's what's going on in the Hoosier Hills Conference. It's going to be a pass from Franks. Tries to evade a couple of defenders. Still rolling down to the field and finally gets wrestled down at around the 27-yard line. That's a few yards lost on that play. 3rd down and long sets up 4th down. 1:30 and a clock rolling here in the first half.
I mean, that defensive line was everywhere. It was like a circle around him, like duck, duck, goose. You're just scrambling.
And another timeout called. Between these two sides. Making a few changes to the scoreboard. Making sure that they get the right clock on. It's 1:44. Red Devils lead 21-7. Been a pretty good game for the Red Devils so far. They've had a lot of success on offense. The only struggle has really been the snap between Bachman and the center. They've been struggling. It's just something is not clicking or connecting there, but hopefully it can connect in the second half. And Jennings County has struggled a little bit offensively, but late here in the second half, they have found a little bit of life. They were able to convert on a fourth down, on a fake punt, where Jeff wasn't really expecting it, and then scored their only touchdown of the game. But the star of the game for the Red Devils so far, Nation Rowe McBroom, 2 touchdowns on the day.
2 out of 3. I mean, if Jeff does get this ball back, in this, 2-minute drill, you probably see more of Nation.
3 receivers outright on this punt. Have some flyers. The ball kind of rolls its way down on the turf, but gets booted away. And Nation Rowe McBroom has trouble fielding that. He'll have to do a lot of damage control. Gets at the 20 to 25. Still up on his feet, but he's not moving much, and finally gets wrestled down. Just past the 25-yard line. And that's the second time in a row that Rowe McBroom has had a hard time struggling to return. Now, on the first one, he made up for it for a touchdown, but this time, not much going for there, and the Panthers are all over it on the punt. I
mean, when you gamble on like that, sometimes you get the touchdown, but most of the times, you get set back.
It's 1:21 to go here in the second quarter.
Let's see what this offense can show in 2-minute drill.
Two receivers out on the right side, one on the left side. Williams to the left of Bachman. Bachman takes the snap, rolls his way out of the right side, heaves it just a little bit, and it falls incomplete. Try to look after his receiver and Tristan Newby over there on the right side. It falls incomplete, sets up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, Bachman was definitely scrambling a little bit, trying to get that pass off, and he just threw it in a guy who was blanketed. And it makes 2nd down.
Got trips receivers out on the right side, one on the left side. Williams to the left of Bachman. Bachman takes a snap, looks down the field, heaves it high and deep over to the left side and overthrew Braylon Gray over on the left side. A little bit surprised that they're throwing it here late in the first half and not trying to run out the clock. But nonetheless, it's approach.
I mean, if I was the Jeff, offensive coordinator, I would just say keep on using these screens because the screens have shown a lot of success throughout this first half.
Especially with Nation Rowe McBroom, who was able to score a touchdown. The first touchdown of the game. And Bachman surveys the field, throws it over the middle, and it's going to be caught. He's got an avenue. He's at the 45. Tries to move his way over to the 50, able to move his way by. And a nice catch. Speaking of Nation, Rowe McBroom makes the reception right there, moves the chains. With 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Bachman takes a snap, rolls his way over to the right side. He surveys the field, tries to throw it middle way down the field, and it's caught and pushed out of bounds just short of the first down. The clock stops with 52 seconds to go.
I mean, nice play by Newby to stay in bounds, get the ball, stay in bounds, get multiple feet in bounds, and just keep those chains moving.
Sets up 2nd down and 1. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. Bachman, screen pass over to the left side to Rowe McBroom. McBroom able to get the first down. He's at the 35 and just steps out of bounds with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
The penalty down the field by the 20. See what it is.
You see Coach Washington right next to the referee trying to get an explanation of what's happening right here. And it looks like it will be on the Red Devils.
A nice play by Nation getting set back here. If you're Jeff, it's a little bit painful. This team has struggled with penalties this year. These nice plays have just been, erased from history just because of, like a holding.
Yeah, and even though they haven't had as much penalties today compared to other games, they've been costly in prime moments of the game. Bachman takes the snap on the shotgun. He throws it high and deep over to the right side, and it's caught over at the 22-yard line. What a catch over there on the right side. Gabe Brady able to make the grab, the senior.
If you're a senior, the final home game, you make a beautiful catch like that, that's got to be just so rewarding.
Able to make the catch like that. Randy Moss over the helmet of the Panther defender. Keeps moving the chains. 30 seconds to go. Clock rolling. Fakes the handoff over to Williams. Bachman throws it over left side, and it falls incomplete. Try to go right back to Brady. Right in the hands, just unable to make the connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, the duality of man. One time you moss somebody, next time you just fumble an easy one. I mean, he made a beautiful play, the previous play. So you have to give him a little bit of credit.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you may be thinking about the yards after catch a little bit too early, so you're focused on that, but you can't, it makes you struggle with actually making the reception and making the catch in the moment. Bachman takes the snap, surveys the field, throws it high and deep over to the right side of the end zone and falls incomplete. Pushed it a little bit too far. 20 seconds left. There are flags down on the field, so we're going to have to see who it's on.
In multiple of them.
Looks like it might be a personal foul. We'll have to see what the ref calls here. It is a personal foul. It's a personal foul on each side. So Jennings County and Jeff. Still makes it third down.
It seems like there's some talking up on the line. That's probably where it's from.
He caught a little bit of a break there. His personal foul, that's detrimental. And the Red Devils don't necessarily need it. You're only up by 14. You have the momentum, but you're pushing on the red zone, knocking on the door right there. You might as well try to go and score now. Clock is rolling. 15 seconds to go. It's a screen pass over to Nation Rowe McBroom. He's over on the left side, the 20, the 15, the 10. Stiff arms a man and heads its way out of bounds.
So this offense has been, prioritizing more of these screen passes in this drive, and it's showing and paying off. This offense, in my opinion, should be committing more to these screen passes because it's clearly working.
Pushing his way into the red zone. 8 seconds to go. Bachman out on the field. You have 2 receivers down on the left side, 2 on the right side. A spread formation. Williams to the left of Bachman. And that's a timeout called from Jennings County.
A crucial timeout here. 8 seconds left. You probably have 1 or 2 plays to stop this Jeff defense and go up 28-7 on you. And if you're Jeff, this is a great timeout to make sure you have the right plays to use for this very goal line situation.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting situations and scenarios that you can go with right here. You can do a screen pass over to Nation Rowe McBroom. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you can see that. You can also you have a cowbell running back in Williams who's able to hand it off and kind of bulldoze his way. You got some options here. Just got to make sure that you have a right plan, make sure everyone's on the same page so you can score and have some momentum heading into the second half.
Yeah, something also seeing a little more common here is that, when Bachman is under center here, there's a lot more of like a, traditional quarterback here, almost like, like quarterback passing play, not saying exactly air raid, but they're definitely going up for like the medium distant passing plays, which is a little bit interesting coming from, a backup quarterback.
8 seconds to go. The ball spotted at the 8-yard line. First and goal for the Red Devils. You got a tight bunch formation on the left side. 2 receivers out on the right side. Williams to the left of Bachman. Bachman takes a snap. Almost had a hard time corralling that ball. Gets deflected away by McCory. A nice deflection there for the defensive back.
That's a textbook for what a defensive back should do in a passing situation. Get your arm out there and make sure the receiver doesn't get that. Nice.
And one of the things I do like is that how quickly Bachman was able to get the ball out, even though it looked like he struggled with the snap just a little bit. Still able to get it off. 2 seconds only came off the clock there. 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, definitely a good play of, offense playing like a well-functioning machine. But that defense had a good play right there.
Trips receivers on the right side. 1 receiver down here on the left side. Bachman takes a snap. Looks over again on the left side. Tries to corral it in with 1 arm on the left side. Falls incomplete. Try to look for Braylon Gray. 1 second still on the clock, so they get 1 more shot.
I'm a little surprised there because there's definitely a little bit of some tugging over there. Yeah, not sure it was enough for pass interference, but definitely got a little physical.
Yeah, we haven't had a single pass interference play. Now, part of that's because they're running an option offense, but not a single PI has been called here today. They're letting the guys play. It looks like they're going to go for the field goal here to cap it off, get some points on the board. Schoonover on to kick. Ball spotted at the 8-yard line. Looking to cap off the first half with a field goal. Snap down. Kick on the way. It is up, and it is no good. Pushed it a little bit just off to the right side. So that will do it here from the first half. Right now, Jeff leads 21-7. You're watching and listening to Red Devil Football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hello everybody, I'm Jaga Pogba, a senior at Indiana's Jeffersonville High School. The radio TV program here needs your help. WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM and WJHI TV are self-supporting. Virtually all of our funding comes from underwriting grants. We can put your business or cause in the spotlight with a 30-second underwriting messages for radio and television. The benefits you provide go directly to supporting the student-run program. For more information on how to help, contact us by email. Our address is whi@gccschools.com. We'd love to hear from you. Please reach out. Again, the address is whi@gccschools.com.
Halftime here in Jeffersonville, Indiana, as the Red Devils lead 21-7 over Jennings County. You're watching and listening to Red Devil Football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM. Tyler Bright and Evan Toba with you here today. We'll give you a little bit of a recap of what's happened so far. Red Devils coming off strong, an offensive explosion in the first half, 2 touchdowns from Nation Rowe McRoom, 1 off of a screen pass and 1 off an electric punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, this Jeff offense even started off hot. I mean, 21-0 at the end of the first, but it definitely has stalled now. I mean, 0 points in the second quarter. And this Jennings County offense, though, has not capitalized on it. You know, they have scored a touchdown after that fake punt, but, I mean, they have not done much besides that.
Yeah, we'll have to see what approach we see in the second half between these two sides. So you see, or if you're our audio listening, we'll talk about a little bit of the band. The band's about to give a halftime show here today, and this is a band that has, you know, a significant award that they got back in 2012, being named as the Grammy Signature School. The band program offers students a diverse range of musical experiences to be provided here in southern Indiana. They are led by Briston Hatchell. He's the director of the marching bands. Also helped by Sydney McDonald, the assistant director of the bands here today. So we'll just wait for them to get going here.
Yeah, this band's very, you know, prideful. I mean, they are going to state, in just a few weekdays. I mean, this band definitely is one of the spotlights of Jeffersonville High School.
Yeah, they add that extra layer, that kind of an element to the game. They help enhance the football experience and the fan experience for the fans who are being a part of the community. Just makes it a little bit special to watch your marching Red Devils out there and put on a great show here today. So please enjoy the marching Red Devils here from the music department.
Drum major, is the band ready? Marshall Red Devils, when they take the field in a halftime performance. Congratulations again to the marching and red devils on their scholastic finals appearance next Saturday. Way to go, Red Devils.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Halftime here in Jeffersonville, Indiana, here at Bill Ware Field, as the Red Devils lead 21-7 over the Jennings County Panthers. You're watching and listening to Red Devil Football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM. Tyler Bright, Evan Tobo with you here today. And the Red Devils having a lot of success offensively, starting off strong. But, Evan, what do the Red Devils need to do in the second half to come out with a victory here today?
I mean, if it's broke, don't fix it. You know, these screen passes has been doing, you know, amazing work for this Jeff offense. I mean, the amount of yardage that, you know, they've been able to capitalize and just run around this Jennings County defense. You know, if I was, you know, this offensive coordinator, I would play a lot more this RPO, you know, more screens, you know, just capitalize on what's working.
Yeah, Nation Roe McBroom has been the star of exactly what you just said, being the screen pass receiver, able to make the catch. He was able to score the touchdown, the first touchdown of the game, and then the explosive play on special teams, able to take the punt return all the way over to the house for the touchdown. That was really impressive as well. And for Jennings County, I think if they want to have a little bit more explosive or trying to get back into this game, they need to have more success on offense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jeffersonville, now this offense, they've been doing great, but they've had a few brutal mistakes that they should have been stung on. This Jennings County offense just has not capitalized on it. You know, besides that fake punt, they've put up a goose egg here, you know. So it'll be very interesting if maybe Jennings County puts a little bit more passing offense, you know, flip it up a little bit.
Yeah, and even though Jennings County runs an option offense, they still can find those moments to pass just a little bit. It's just, even though it's not their game usually, there's still opportunities that you can do that. On the other side for the Red Devils offensively, Bachman needs to figure out what's going on with these snaps. You know, even though, yeah, maybe all the snaps may be a little bit too low, a little bit too high, so on and so forth. You need to be consistent. And other than that, he's had a really good game, and he's done a really good job. He's found receivers. He's been able to drive it down the field. It just got to be able to minimize those mistakes, and got to minimize the turnover effect. You don't want to turn the ball over, especially against this Jennings County team that can flip it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, he's also, you know, a young quarterback, and he's only a sophomore,
yeah.
So he has time to develop. But it is definitely a little bit concerning,
yeah,
seeing just, you know, how many plays where the ball has been just floating on the grass.
Yeah, and you know, this is a guy who started on the JV and made his way up based off of the work, and he's done really well. Now we just got to see what he's able to do in the second half, because there's been some bright spots. You just get once you minimize those mistakes, it should be smooth sailing for the Red Devils.
I mean, to flip it up a little bit, you know, talking about the defenses of both sides, you know, this Jeff defense has, you know, like all season, have shown some glimmers. They also definitely showed some blunders. You know, a very mixed performance.
Yeah,
by his defense.
As we mentioned, you know, hot and cold offensively this season. You know, they didn't score very much in their last game against Columbus East, but then scored a plethora of touchdowns, 40 points against New Albany, a rivalry game where a lot of eyes are on that game. They were able to produce in that game. So it just kind of depends on the game, you know. And with both teams kind of at similar records in the middle of the pack of the Hoosier Hills Conference, it still leads to great momentum that you can take into the postseason.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Jeffersonville is staring down the barrel of Center Grove, which, you know, many of these football players know what happened last year with them. But, I mean, for this upcoming game, nobody's expecting you to win. That's where you prove people wrong.
Yeah, that's the perfect mindset to have. You know, kind of have that David versus Goliath mindset. You know, Center Grove, who's at 7-1 on the season, yeah, they're a very good football team. But Jeffersonville's had some great moments as well. It may not seem like it because they are, 3-5, but there's been some sparks where this team has been competitive. Make no mistake about it. There's a reason why they are a competitive team, and why they've been able to stay competitive in these games.
To bring up a recent example, I mean, nobody last year expected Vanderbilt to beat Alabama, but Vanderbilt was able to beat Alabama last year. So, there's these teams you never expect to beat these higher tier teams, but they can trip these teams.
And that's a Vanderbilt team that has a great shot of trying to fight for their chance to make it to Atlanta for the SEC championship this season too. So we'll see how that plays out. But sticking in the eyes of high school football here tonight, it's just, that's part of this game. Why it's important is just the Red Devils trying to come out with a win to set up for the postseason, as I mentioned earlier. And also, it's just the last regular season game at home. You want to play a good game in front of your fans, in front of your friends, family, home crowd. It's just something that you want to come out with. You want to get that win tonight.
Especially for these seniors, this is their last home game. Mm-hmm. Some of them their last home game ever. You got to play your heart out.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about sports and football especially is just, some guys, they'll go on to play at the next level, whether it's college football, maybe even potentially in the NFL, or you're going on to the next career, whether you're working in a new job or whatever aspect, starting a family, whatever aspect that it comes to. There's some great life lessons that you can learn from playing sports, and I'm sure these are memories that are going to last a lifetime, and you're going to think about it from 20, 30 years down the line. So it's great to see. We'll see if they can come out with the win here today.
Sports is just such a magical thing. There's nothing else like it.
Certainly has been an interesting game here today. Even though the Panthers, their only score, as we mentioned earlier, off of the fake punt. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, Jennings County 2-8 against the Red Devils since October of 2016 when they joined the Hoosier Hills Conference.
This Jennings County team, they've definitely been a little bit more of a punching bag, but I mean, they're starting to get your feet wet in a conference, with teams that have been in here for, years, decades, you have to find your place. And, Jennings County, will eventually find their place.
And also, on the other side, for Washington, in his second season as the head coach of this program, the Red Devils were winless before he took the helm as the head coach. Jennings County beat this team back 2 years ago. So it's just anything can change at a moment's time. Just because you've been struggling, you've been in the program for you've been in the conference for just under 10 seasons. But now all it takes is one season to flip the script. All it takes is a couple of guys, a couple of your teammates, your players on the roster to buy into the culture, to build off that success and move it forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was here, that year that we went 0-10. Everybody in the crowd just could not believe it, and it's such a culture change, now. And, people are starting to show up here onto the field, it's very, when your football team is good, people will show up, right? And that applies for both teams, right? When you have a coach that can coach, it just, it brings out the entire community, right? Sports, some people think sports is just sports and it's useless, but I think that's not how it is, When your teams are good, people will show up and people will rep the community.
Yeah, it's all about, honestly, buy-in. Just buy in. Just buy in whatever you can. Have that belief, have that faith, and the rest will play out how it plays out. As long as you're doing your part, that's all you can ask for. And, because the community's buying in, I mean, a decent crowd out here today, here at Bill Ware Field, they're excited. They're excited about it. The community's backing in, they're buying in. And even though there's been some ups, there's been some downs in the football season, but nonetheless, it's still great to experience this. It's great for the players to experience this. It's great for the crowd to experience this. And then as we head into the winter months, then you get set up for a basketball team that has really bought into that culture with Coach Wilkerson and the women's team that also had a postseason run as well. It's going to be exciting. And, Southern Indiana loves its basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Hoosiers is based here for a reason. It's, I mean, name me a place that is more, just loves basketball over everything. You can't.
Yeah, and with the Red Devils, a lot of seniors. We talked a lot of seniors that left from this past season. There's a lot of new guys who need to step up and buy into that culture. But from what I've heard from Wilkerson so far this year, he's really excited about the group that he has. He's really excited about what this team can do. In some ways, maybe even better than the state title team that they had this past year. So they're looking to defend that title, and they're looking to run the state of Indiana if they can.
I mean, not just basketball here. I mean, soccer, Jeff Soccer. I mean, they just had a sectional, the best team in years for them. Now, they lost, 3-1 to Evansville North, but, I mean, that team has not seen the light of day, and that team has not, I mean, when that team was good, everybody was showing out to the pitch there. I mean, it was a ruckus crowd there just a few days ago.
Yeah, and it's just the buy-in throughout all the sports going on here in athletics. Even the volleyball team, when they faced off against North Harrison, won 3-2. A really exhilarating, thrilling game. That was a lot of fun as well. Just seeing the atmosphere inside William S. Johnson Arena, that was always great to see. And now, getting ready for the second half, a kickoff here for Jennings County. Looking to boot it away. Steps across is another onside kick, and this time it's recovered well. And the Red Devil offense will start right at midfield at around the 50-yard line.
I mean, when you do it once, you can't do it twice. Like, Jeff was ready for that. I mean, like, they saw, the formation, and they just hunkered down.
So the ball's going to be spotted at the 49-yard line on the Jeffersonville side. Gotta like the field positioning that you have to start off the second half. You got two receivers out on the right side, two on the near side on the left. Williams is to the left of Bachman. Bachman in the shotgun. And 4 down linemen for Jennings County. Bachman takes the snap, hands it off to Williams. Williams has a hole. Is tackled at around the 47-yard line. Just a few yards. Make it second down.
I mean, Williams reminds me a lot of, Pacheco. He just he stomps on the ground. He runs like, a raging bull every single play. And that's what makes him such a great back for this Jeffersonville squad.
Yeah, certainly a power back, but he's also, he has a nice scamper to him. He's able to scamper around, make a few men miss, just a little shake and bake. You got two receivers down here on the left side, two on the far side, spread out wide. Bachman throws a screen pass over to Nation Rowe McBroom. He's got an avenue, 40, 35, 30. Catch him later. He's going to head all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
I mean, a straight line, that's just like an airplane taking off from Louisville. I mean, just woo! And air traffic control, Nation is gone.
Couldn't catch him there. The second screen pass that Rowe McBroom was able to score.
That's just, run. Had, an alleyway of openness right there. You could not ask for a more open lane right there.
Max Schoonover on for the extra point. Snap down, kick on the way is up, and it is good. So the Red Devils make it 28-7, up by 21 points against Jennings County. Gotta love what the Red Devils are doing, and exactly what you said. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Set up the screen passes, get them working, get them to your playmakers, and it showed right there.
I mean, it also shows that Jennings County doesn't have, really much of a stop to this. Like, they can't do anything to it. So, if it's leaking, don't fix it.
Yeah, and how do you respond if you're Jennings County? That's easier said than done, That's something that they need to answer and they need to figure out.
Yeah, but yeah, real quick. I mean, 28-7 here. They don't have much time left.
11-11 to go here in the third quarter. As the Red Devils will look to boot it away right to left. You got two back returners on the back line for Jennings County, one of them being Brandon McCory. The other one looks like it's Walker Brown. Boots it away over onto the left side. It's a late recovery by McCory. Recovers it at around the 33-yard line. Kind of a little bit of hesitation. They thought it was going to roll its way out. And eventually they just have to pick it up at some point because no one was just going to tag it right there. And now it sets up the Panthers' first offensive possession here in the second half.
You know, the triple option comes back out, and, you know, at times it's worked. You know, a lot of time today it hasn't. But, you know, maybe, you know, new half, you know, new confidence.
Yeah, we'll see how they come out here in the second half, what Coach was talking about with them. So Franks, he'll fake the, or check that. No, he does do the handoff. Hands it off to Patterson, and he gets a few yards and gets tackled at around the 40-yard line. And that's just the beauty of this offense. Is just, it's hard to tell because Franks does a really good job pivoting and rotating, you know, making it seem like he's going to keep it himself, but he's just faking it. He's just pretending like he's running with the ball.
Yeah, you know, like the pinnacle of the option is to make sure that the defense follows one guy when the ball is going the other way. And he's done a pretty good job at making sure that defense is confused.
Two wingbacks for Jennings County. Franks gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself and roll over to the right side and is tackled down at around the 40-yard line. Sets up 3rd down and 4.
I mean, that was just an easy play for the Jeff defense to hanker down. I mean, it's just a simple quarterback run. You know, you can, once you know the quarterback run, you can send everybody out there, and then you saw the linebackers just flying into him at mock speed.
A bobbled snap as he's still down, and 3 Red Devil defenders pushing him out towards the Red Devil sideline. And it was Jace Cole, the fullback, who looked like it might have been a direct snap. Not sure where the snap was trying to go to right there, but kind of bobbled up in the air. And Jace Cole pushed his way out of bounds. The fullback for Jennings County sets up 4th down and 3, and it looks like they bring out the punting unit.
Yeah, but that's just, you know, a lot of times what the option is, you know, when you have, you know, miscommunication between the line and, you know, the backs, it's just, it stings you, right? You know, you can't really do much to get away from it. Like, you know, the option is high risk, high reward type style.
Roe McBroom already has a punt return for a touchdown here today. Whistle blown, penalty marker immediately thrown.
And the Jeff players seem to be, you know, clapping here. Who's going Jennings County?
That's going to be a false start on the offense, so they'll push it a little bit further back. With the ball now spotted at the 34-yard line.
Getting ready here to punt again. 4th down 3.
8:51 here in the 3rd quarter. So that punt will head its way out of bounds. And honestly, a smart approach to hit it out of bounds. After you saw Nation Roe McBroom take one to the house, just say, yeah, maybe we shouldn't kick to him.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a special teams, you know, you see Nation on the other end, you're like, huh, this guy's pretty good at this. Maybe let's, you know, play it safe.
But also on the other hand, too, is like, because you're not doing that, you're also maybe sacrificing yards that you're giving up because you're kicking it out of bounds, you're kicking it the other way, you're not kicking it straight down the field for him to return it. So kind of because of that, you're giving up yards. Now, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you get a little bit of a bounce here and there, but it's a tough position to put yourself in.
Yeah, definitely, but like, you know, you have to weigh the pros and cons and think, you know, if I kick this to the bounce, you know, I know for sure that this offense is going to get the ball, right? Now, sometimes, depending on the team you play, it depends on how much you want to give the ball to the offense.
2 receivers down here on the left side. Bachman will hand it off to Williams. Williams moves his way forward, gets tackled at around the 45-yard line, gets about 5 yards on the game, sets up 2nd down and 5.
There goes Williams again, being that bell cow back, he is all reliable, Like, you hand it off to him, he'll give you 5 yards. If your receivers are maybe hit or miss, you always got the backfield.
Two receivers down here on the near side is Braylon Gray and Nation Rowe McBroom. One receiver out to the right side, Williams to the right of Bachman. Bachman in the shotgun. Bachman hands it off to Williams once again, going right back to him. And this time doesn't gets a few yards on the play, but it sets up third down and short. Ball's going to be spotted at the 48-yard line.
This offense is starting to go a little bit more run heavy just to drain out that clock. You have this 28-7 lead. Just run out that clock and make sure you get out there early.
And you already know that the Jennings County offense is going to use a little bit of the clock too, just because of their offensive scheme that they're running. Bachman takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Williams for the third time in a row, and this time he gets the first down. Just a few yard scamper. One receiver out on the right side, 2 on the near side. Williams is to the left of Bachman. 5 down linemen for Jennings County. Bachman hands it off once again. Gets a few yards. Only about 2. Should be second down and 8.
Yeah, this Jennings County, defense is starting to adjust a little bit. You see, 5 linemen, defensive linemen up there, and 3 linebackers out there, just leaving 4, cornerbacks and safeties. They know now that this Jeff team is gonna, go for the run, so they're putting, the big boys up.
2 receivers down here on the left side, 1 on the right side. Bachman takes a snap. Immediately a flag is thrown up in the air to stop play. It's going to be a false start on the offense. That will move the Red Devils back a few yards. Push them back 5 yards to make it second down and 13.
This offense so far, literally running every single play. It has had some mixed results here. Now that defense is starting to pick up on what they're doing, but so far it's a steady approach.
Spread formation. Bachman takes a snap. He's going to throw it deep in the middle of the field, contested. But Rowe McBroom unable to corral it down for the catch. Falls incomplete. It's third down.
A little bit of a changer there, but it was a little bit predictable. When Bachman has been out here, he has been going for his medium range, almost sometimes longer range passes. As a traditional quarterback, it's interesting to see with him trying to run out his clock.
2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Bachman takes the snap. He's going to roll his way out to the left side. It looks like he might have just gotten out of the pocket to throw it away.
He's definitely on the line.
Yeah, he definitely got an awkward hit, so he'll make his way off of the field. So hopefully he's okay. That will set up the punting unit for the Red Devils. 6:23 to go here in the third quarter. The Red Devils lead 28-7 over the Jennings County Panthers. Got 2 punt returners back for Jennings County.
You gotta run straight on the field.
Juno boots it away. On the right side, it's a fair catch over the 28-yard line. Set up the Panthers offense.
Now for just back out on the field, it's going to see maybe bring up with this run, but also they are spicing it up a little bit. So let's see what happens for the Jennings County team.
The Jennings County offense trots its way out onto the field. You got 4 down linemen showing a 4-3 look for the Red Devils defensively. See that traditional wing formation. Penalty marker thrown down onto the turf. It's on the Red Devils.
Seems to be offside there by number 8.
Trey Martin was called offsides.
And this defense has played pretty clean so far this game. Knock on wood. But, it happens to the best of us.
Saban Mezer is out wide on the left side for Jennings County. Franks takes the snap, hands it off. On the misdirection, hands it off to the wingback. Doesn't get much yards on that play, only about one. Might have been even stopped. As Patterson was able to receive it on the rush.
It's going to be very interesting as this game develops, as Jennings County has that time flux away. Wonder if they're going to stick with the gut with the option and, maybe burn some clock along the way, or if they're going to maybe go a little bit more pass heavy to save that clock.
Franks takes the snap. He's going to try to roll his way over to the left side, push his way a little bit forward. Both Panthers and Red Devils pushing a pile. Just around the line they gain. They're going to move the chains. It's a first down for the Panthers. And if you're Jennings County, you got to take these small victories while you can. You're down by 21 points. There's still a lot of football to be played here. So all you got to do is just keep moving the chain, move your way down the field, and eventually put yourself in scoring position.
Yeah, while this team has struggled at getting down there.
It's going to be a direct handoff to Patterson. He gets a few yards. Looks like it was about 4. Or check that. It was Jace Cole on the carry, number 10 for the Panthers. A couple of substitutions coming on for JC. .438 to go. Clock running here in the third quarter. It's second down and 5. 2 receivers down here on the right side. Haven't seen that much here today for Jennings County. Maybe set up a passing situation here. Immediately the flag is thrown up once again, and that's going to be a false start on the offense for the Panthers. Both these teams getting caught with the penalty bug here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, these, the penalties can be harsh sometimes, right when you're starting to build a little steam, you have a slip and the yellow flag gets thrown. While, the flag itself can be pretty brutal, I mean, the mental aspect of, you just committed, a penalty, right? It sets you back when we could have, advanced it here. Definitely does be a little painful.
Franks takes the snap. He's looking to pass it down the field. Throws it over to the left side. And threw it just a little bit too far and out of reach. Falls third down and 10.
I mean, that defense was swarming to him. And Jennings only had, 2 receivers downfield. There's not a lot of options to choose here. And he just had to throw it in tight space.
Jennings County breaks the huddle. Got 2 receivers down on the right side. 2 wingbacks and an empty backfield for Franks. One of the wingbacks heads in motion. They roll over to the right side. Franks looking downfield, throws it forward, and it's caught. Gets the first down. Able to make the reception to Cam Patterson to move the chains for Jennings County. And even though it's slowly but surely moving methodically down the field.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, they're starting to come with this pass play as that clock wears down. And this defense is not expecting it with an option offense. So it'd be very interesting if maybe there's a little bit more cornerbacks or safeties out for Jeff's side.
Got Hernandez out wide on the left side. So Franks fakes the handoff and is immediately met right in the backfield. Able to make the tackle was Elijah Peterson, the middle linebacker sophomore able to bulldoze his way, bull rush his way into the backfield and gets a sack.
What a good job by Pearson to read it immediately and to make sure, to close that gap.
Now second down and 13. 2:55 to go here in the third quarter. The Red Devils lead 28-7 over the Jennings County Panthers. Another flag thrown up in the field, and that's a false start on Jennings County once again.
This is hard for an offense to gain, try to get down here and maybe put themselves back in this game. But if you're throwing false starts out the wazoo, it's going to be a lot harder to try to even get into that position.
Yeah, it certainly makes it a lot more challenging for sure. Messer is outlined on the left side. He got two wing backs, one of them being McCory and Patterson on the left side. McCory in motion over to the left side. And he's going to pitch it over to McCory on the left side. He's able to misdirect. He's able to find an avenue. He's got some space. He's at the 50. And is wrestled down. A flag is thrown down on the field. It gets a right around just the original line. Gets a few yards ahead of that. It's going to be holding on the offense. That's going to bring it back.
Jennings County is a Philly bug. I mean, that was a spark right there. McCoy just was able to like Le'Veon Bell just make sure take his time to find the right place to go, and it's just all erased.
And it's the worst time for them to do it too. It's they're finally. This is one of the drives that, outside of the fake punt that they got earlier, this is probably honestly the most success that they've had offensively the entire game. And so when you have these penalties that are just biting you in the butt, it's really unfortunate. It's just unfortunate for Jennings County, but nonetheless sets up third down and 20. Yeah, one receiver down here on the right side, one on the far side. It's going to be Franks in the backfield. He's going to go back to pass, launches it down the field to the left side, and nobody's there. Heaves its way out of bounds. That's a fourth down and 20.
For this option offense, having the surprise element when it comes to pass, this Jeff team has been pretty good on the passing side. They've been able to anchor down and make sure, even when it's a surprise to them, they hold the fort and get the job done.
Oh, check that. That's my mistake. It's third down and 20 now. So Franks goes back to pass. And this time he's sacked in the backfield, so now that sets up the punt. For Jennings County, and immediately met in the backfield by two Red Devil defenders. Trey Martin gets another sack in the day.
We've come earning over there, the pass defense, cornerbacks. But, now the pass rush gets them. A lot of people forget, the pass defense isn't just, the cornerbacks covering the receivers. It's these, linemen getting able to get through the quarterback to pressure and to make sure that pass is disrupted.
So Jennings County will boot it away. It kind of floats its way over to the right side and kind of plops its way out of bounds. Gray thought about taking it, but gets away from it. 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. The Red Devils have the 28-7 lead over the Panthers. So we'll see how the Red Devils come out of here late in the third quarter.
I'm the Red Devils here. Just run it, and if that doesn't work, do the screens. You just keep things short and sweet.
Yeah, and don't cause any turnovers. That's the last thing you want to do. Control the ball, control the time of possession, play your brand of football, and come out with a win here in your last regular season game here at Bill Warfield.
Yeah, and do not give this Jennings County team a door to open. Make sure that it's shut, locked. No, you ain't coming in here today.
Spread formation for the Red Devils. Bachmeyer takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and does the handoff, and it's a nice run from Williams, able to get the first down and chug it his way down the field. Flags are thrown down to the play. It looked like it was after, so looks like it might be a personal foul.
I mean, what a fake there by Bachman. I mean, he faked you.
Yeah, certainly did. and the speed that Darian Williams was able to make his way down the field. We'll see the call from the ref. Going to be on Jennings County. And another penalty on the Red Devils. So we'll replay first down, move the ball back just a few yards.
That definitely hurts Jeffersonville more than Jennings County. I mean, clean run there, but just gets disrupted.
Moves the Red Devils all the way back. They're back at the 36-yard line. 1:08 to go here in the third quarter. Almost wonder if there were 2 penalties on the Red Devils. Why it pushed it so far back. Or check that, no, it's just because the chains are in the wrong spot. So they finally moved their way back. And we'll replay first down right where we were initially. So 2 receivers out on the right side, 2 on the left side, 1 back in the backfield. It's Williams to the left of Bachman in the shotgun. Bachman takes the snap, hands it off to Williams once again. He's rolling his way over to the right side. He's able to get past a few defenders, kind of stiff arms his way, rolls out of bounds. Gets a few yards. Not quite the first down marker, but nonetheless, a nice run from Williams.
I mean, 2 stiff arms right there. I mean, trying to channel inner Derrick Henry right there. Definitely that, strong bell cow back.
2 receivers down here on the left side, 1 on the far side. Williams in the backfield. We'll see if he gets the handoff once again. This time Bachman guns it over to Nation Rowe McBroom. He's able to get the first down on the slant pass. He gets tackled right on the Jeffersonville J logo at midfield.
Talk about communication. In the second quarter, same play. Rowe McBroom was missed, right? On this play, it's perfect. Just enhancing those plays, making these short gains.
Clock rolling with 46 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Yeah, 2 receivers out on the right side, 2 on the left side, a spread formation. Bachman in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands it up. Back in the backfield once again. And we're seeing a lot of success in the run game in the second half, especially in this third quarter. Once again, Williams just gets fed the rock here. And it's working so far.
Yeah, I mean, when you have, this much of a lead, you have a quarter left, you just want to run out the ball and make sure, you get home early, you get home safe.
And it looks like they will run out the clock here in the third quarter. So the Red Devils controlling the time of possession in the third quarter as we move into the fourth quarter, the final quarter of the regular season for the Red Devils. So right now, Jeff leads 28-7. You're watching and listening to Red Devil football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Fourth quarter, Red Devils lead 28-7. You're watching and listening to Red Devil football live on WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM. Second down and 7 for the Red Devils. Bachman takes a snap, hands it off to Williams up the middle. He's able to bulldoze his way for another first down to move the chains. And relying on that run game, Evan, But the Red Devils have really kind of taken control of this run game here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, just overall in this game, not just in the second half. I mean, they've been running. They haven't passed the football a lot. When they do, you pass it like a screen or short distance. They rely on the legs to just run and just turn those legs.
You know, and usually we talked about the playmakers, but they have relied on Williams a lot, especially since he's young. And once again, a handoff to Williams. He rolls his way over to the left side. He's at the 30. Gets wrestled down just short of the first down marker. Second down and short.
I mean, he had an opening right there. He could have thrown it to the house, but, you know, nice play to close in that gap by Jennings County's defenders.
And now, two receivers down here on the right side, one on the left side. Williams to the left of Bachman. Once again, a handoff once again. Williams rolls his way to the 25, the 20, trying to push the edge, and is headed out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. And that will move the chains once again. That's good enough for a Zaxby's first down.
I mean, the stiff arm, he's the stiff arm today to just take down these defenders. I mean, definitely did a spectacle here.
It's working. It's working. He's putting the pressure on. When he needs it, gives a little stiff arm here or there to move just a little bit further down the field, gain a few extra yards. Bachman takes the snap, hands it off to Williams once again. He moves his way at the 10-yard line, gets tackled down.
I mean, at this point, you know, we just say Williams, 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 Williams. And, you know, we just know he'll get those few yards, and there'll be a first down by the end.
And credit to the offensive line for making those holes for Williams to find his way down the field. You know, that's helped as well. And create those avenues for your playmakers. Get some yards down the field. Bachman takes the snap, hands it off to Williams. Once again, he maneuvers his way, pushes his way down the field, closer towards the goal line. There is a penalty marker down on the field.
Taking some time here to talk it out. Make sure they have the right flag.
Still waiting for the signal from the referee. And what the flag may be. So it's on Jennings County. Looks like it's clipping. So that will move it even a little bit closer towards the goal line for the Red Devils.
You know, Jennings County have made a lot of costly mistakes today. I mean, even, you know, they're down by 21. Even with that, you know, these penalties will just take you out of the game.
Red Devils knocking on the door. Bachman has trouble with the snap. He's just going to try to get on it, and Jennings County looked like it was on it. The ball's still alive, and a dog pile. And around the 8-yard line, we'll see who comes up with it.
Well, the ball got fed to Williams.
Yeah, looks like the Red Devils were able to recover. Wow, in a disastrous situation there. The Red Devils lucky to come up with it. There was at least 2 Panther defenders who could have jumped on that ball, but just kind of bounced a little bit away from them. Sets up a second chance there. The Red Devils. Bachman takes the snap, hands off to Williams. He finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Darren Williams finds his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Red Devils.
You know, at first when they knocked on the door, you know, they slipped on a banana field and fell back down the stairs. But when they knocked on the door again, they you know, like riot barricaded it open.
It's all about the recovery. It's all about the response, and they responded right there with a score of their own, kind of capitalizing it exactly how it started the drive, and pretty much throughout the rest of the drive with just a run up the middle, keep it going, keep it pushing, and they score right there. Williams with the score. Sets up the PAT, snap down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. So the Red Devils lead 35-6 7, a 28-point lead. It's been all Red Devils so far here today. Coach is wearing the pink shirt supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month with a trident across the middle and a few texts saying, "Why not Jeff?" And why not Jeff here today, coming out with a victory. It's looking good so far.
Yeah, this football team has seen a few turbulent games this season, but they're able to show today that we have faith that we can go up to South Indy and stun the world.
Red Devils hoping for it to be a closer matchup here in 2025. And around a good time of year, a lot of spooky things can happen. And the reason why I mentioned that is because the Red Devils play Center Grove on Halloween. A lot of spooky things can happen, a lot of things that you may not be expecting, a couple surprises here and there. Who knows? Maybe the Red Devils can scare some people from the South Indy.
I mean, Halloween is, Day of the Devil.
Kickoff gets received at around the 30-yard line. He tries to go from left to right. He does have an avenue. He's at the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, midfield 40. Pushing his way. He's able to truck a Red Devil defender. And what a start to set up this drive for Jennings County.
I mean, you're down by this much. You might as well do a big play just to maybe put a spark. And just maybe.
Nathan Harrison on the return. And that's the spark that they needed. So with the ball spotted at the 37-yard line, just under 10 minutes to go here in this game. Got one receiver down here on the near side. Franks hands it off to the running back. It's Patterson. He's got the edge. Gets the first down. Now the Red Devil defense looking to hold strong after the big return. Got one receiver down here on the near side. Two backs in the backfield. And a nice maneuver for the Panthers. A double handoff, it looked like. They handed initially to the wingback on the left side. But the wingback on the right side was able to corral it. Gets a few yards, nothing crazy.
I mean, that option, it works. When you get work, you get nice yardage out of it every single time.
Got one receiver down here on the near side. Two backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. Handoff to Patterson. He tries to roll his way over onto the right side.
That return after the kickoff definitely has seen a bit of a spark, and this team has been rejuvenated, even with the amount of penalties. Being down by 4 touchdowns. At least they're showing like they're not going to lay over and die this quarter. They're going to still fight.
Third down and 1. Takes a snap, hands it off to Patterson, and I don't think he got there in time. That's going to be stuffed right at the line. Sets up 4th down. So we'll take a look at some of the scores going on here in the Hoosier Hills Conference. Floyd Central getting the dominant win over New Albany, 42-6. Some other action. Seymour down by 3 points, 28-25 for Crispus Atlas. That was the score at halftime. And that's what we got available here in the Hoosier Hills Conference. It's a run over on the right side on the 4th down and 2, and it looks like he got it, able to convert on 4th down. I will say this for Jennings County. They've had a lot of success converting on 4th down here today.
Yeah, and also his coaches, when it's close enough, he's not scared, to go on fourth down. That is like a highlight of this team, is that they are confident.
And you got to go for the fourth down. You're down by 28 points. You might as well put yourself in that position to set yourself up to in some way, get yourself back into this game. They're not quitting. Still a lot of time. 7:45 to go. It's going to be a handoff over onto the right side. It's Patterson. He gets tripped up. Excuse me. Yeah, no, it is Cam Patterson. Sets up second down and 7.
Like you said, just a few plays ago, they're not quitting, and I think this Jet defense, definitely is laying back a little bit, like they feel like they have the win, but I would still fight hard because Jennings County is fighting hard still.
Yeah. Seen crazy things happen before. Franks passes it over to the left side and it falls incomplete. There's a nice attempt there. Nathan Harris, that was in the area, just couldn't be able to come up with the reception. Sets up third down and 7. Jennings County breaks the huddle. Got one receiver down here on the left side. 2 wing backs. Brings to the backfield. White wing back in motion, fakes the handoff. It's a handoff to Patterson, who cuts it under as the dive back. It is met right at the line of scrimmage. Sets up fourth down and 7.
I mean, what a play on there by the defense. Number 6, Walker, just to read, what was happening. Wasn't faked by it and just tackled him immediately at the line of scrimmage.
So the Panthers looking to stay alive on fourth down and 7. With the ball spotted at the 12-yard line. Takes a snap, throws it into the end zone, and it's wide open for the touchdown. An easy touchdown reception from Brandon McCory, the senior, able to catch it into the end zone for the score.
This Jeff defense, they definitely are starting to lay back a little bit. Listening to how much time is left on the clock and what quarter. But, just Jennings County team is showing them, do not sleep yet. We are still out here.
Still got time on the clock. 6:24 here in the fourth. So now that will set up the PAT for Hernandez. Snap down, kick on the way is up, and it is good. So now the score, 35-14, Red Devils with the lead. So on the other side for Jennings County, they'll look to take on Bedford North Lawrence for the second time this year. Struggled in their first game, losing 63-0. They'll look to have a more competitive matchup in their sectional game.
Yeah, I mean, that score definitely seems to be a little bit haunting for them. But you got to show up, crazier things have happened before.
Yeah, and certainly now you have tape on them. You can see what they've done so far this season. And credit to BNL, they're 6-2, 4-1 in the conference. So right up there with Columbus East for being one of the top dogs right now in the Hoosier Hills. So you got to give credit to them. They're playing really well right now, and the Red Devils, they struggled against them too. So, bring your best fight, especially in the sectional game. But first, got to handle business here today. So kickoff, getting ready for Jennings County. They're kicking from right to left. Looking to boot it away. Drops his way forward. And it's going to be kind of a surprise onside kick. Immediately hit down on the ground, but it's recovered by the Red Devils. Had a really nice bounce. That was actually a really good onside kick right there. Kind of confusion. Looked like they were going to kick it over to the right side, but had a kind of a surprise kick over to the left side, kind of popping its way. But nonetheless, Red Devils still able to hop on it.
I mean, that return got absolutely drilled, though. Yeah.
Bring the heat.
The heat is on.
for the Red Devil offense, talking it over, seeing what they can do here on this drive. And I could pretty much expect, well, I would assume to expect, pretty much the same that we saw from the last drive. Just run out the clock, hand it off to Williams, control the clock, time of possession, so key at this part of the game, especially how Jennings County was able to drive on that last drive. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Williams once again. Scampers for a few yards, gets about 5, and tackled at around the 45-yard line in enemy territory.
At this point, we can just say, Williams go run the ball all the game. It will only be like, 95% right.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Got 2 receivers out on the left side, 1 on the right side, 1 back in the backfield. To the right of Bachman is Williams. And Williams will get the handoff. He's heading over to the right side. He's at the 40, the 35, pushing his way. Gets tackled at around the 33-yard line.
Gary Williams is one of those players. He just fights for every yard. Even in, in a blowout game, he still fights for every yard. Like he's some sort of like gladiator in a Roman Coliseum. He's just, he makes sure that his team gets the best yardage they can possibly can. No if and buts about it.
Got 2 receivers out on the left side, 1 on the right side, 1 tight end over on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to the running back. Gets tackled down short. It actually wasn't Williams on the carry right there. The clock rolling, 4:45 to go here in the fourth. 2nd down and 8. The ball is spotted at the 32-yard line.
Now this Jeff team, running quite a clock here. Already burned off 2 minutes here.
That's exactly what you need to do. 2 receivers out on the left side, 1 on the right side, 1 back in the backfield. Bachman takes the snap. He hands it off. Rolls it over to the left side. He's at the 30. Gets tackled down around the 29-yard line. A couple of younger guys coming out here, getting some reps, getting some experience, because this is the last regular game of the season. You're kind of setting up for the next group as well here in 2026 and beyond. Get some experience for the younger guys to be like, hey, you're the next group up, you're the next man up. So get ready, get some reps, get some experience that you can take into the next season and into the off season.
It's a great, great for both worlds. These younger guys get the reps they need, while these older guys get some rest for sectional.
Yeah. 2 receivers down here on the right side. It's going to be a handoff. Able to scamper his way, find his way over onto the left side. And Braylon Villafontes, was in the backfield playing quarterback, taking the snap. Now Bachman's back out there at the quarterback position. Or check that, no, maybe. Maybe not. It doesn't look like it. Villafontes is still out there.
Definitely an interesting addition here.
5'7" senior. Back in the backfield. Got 2 receivers out on the right side, 1 on the left side. Villafontes takes a snap. He's going to keep it on the left side. And did he catch it over there on the left side? The ref says no. Falls incomplete.
Wow, I mean, for a person who doesn't have, stats on here, that's a pretty good throw.
Yeah, it was a nice lob. Nice lob pass over there on the left side.
Now this Jeff team is definitely bringing out, some of the players from the JV ranks, finally getting them incorporated in the system, with, 2 minutes left to go in the fourth, just making sure, the next level of players are here.
So 1st and 10 after the turnover on downs for the Red Devils. It's going to be a run up the middle. Frank's got an avenue. He gets the first down. And still looking for more. So luckily, he was down, but still able to move his way just at around midfield. And they're trying to move in a hurry. Patterson with a nice run over there on the right side. He had blockers to help him out. Whistle blown. Looks like it was a timeout called by the Red Devils to kind of stop and stifle what Jennings County is going to do, because obviously at this point Jennings County, they're just trying to move down in a hurry, score as much touchdown as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings County, even with 2 minutes left and this Jeff team running out the clock, they want to do the impossible today. Now, if they're actually able to do it, well, let's see what those 2 minutes has.
Seen crazier things happen. And timeout for the Red Devils to regroup here. Kind of talk it over defensively, see what you can do with 2:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Kind of talk about, hey, don't overthink it. Just make some plays, make some stops, make your tackles, make sure they're clean, and don't make any bad decisions. Stay disciplined and finish out strong.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you're these coaches are like, we just, we're finished here. Just wrap it up. Let's clean up.
Frank's looking back to pass. It's going to be caught over on the right side, and a nice catch by McCory. He gets wrestled down at around the 25-yard line, and a nice throw from Franks. Able to just dice his way down the field over to McCory, and they're moving down in a hurry. Got one receiver down here on the left side. Franks hands it off to Patterson. Patterson trying to find a hole. He tries to bulldoze his way forward. Gets wrestled down. Gets the first down. Another nice run. They're in the red zone.
I mean, if you're this Jeff, would you start bringing out the defense back out? Because, I mean, a lot of these younger players, but they are moving to the field really fast.
I mean, it's good experience for them, but Franks back to pass. Throws it over the middle, and it falls incomplete. No, it's a great question. It's a great something or thought to think about. You want to give these younger guys experience, but if a team's driving down the field with what initially looked like a comfortable lead, you see them score down the field 2 drives in a row. You can't afford for them to score a 3rd drive in a row, even though you're up pretty comfortably. You got to make sure that you get the win. And you got to stay conservative. You got to make sure that you come out with the win. Got one receiver down here on the left side, one on the right side. Franks gets a high snap, but able to corral it. Over to Patterson on the run. He kind of bulldozes his way, finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This Davis County offense, just the options finally worked for them.
Not going down without a fight. 2 minutes to go. Down by 15. Looking to make it down by 14 after the extra point. This game is not over just yet. Yes, the Red Devils are up by 2 touchdowns, but they can do an onside kick. And if they move down the field just like they did, I mean, they moved down the field in 45 seconds. Like, they moved down quick.
Yeah, I mean, that was just like...
Snap down, kick on the way is up, and it is good.
I mean, that's a straight run, one of the quickest drives I've seen from offense in quite some time. That is just the option perfected.
Yeah, it was a great job. Some really great passes. It was just perfect. Perfect use of the wing formation. And now that will set up what we can only assume would be an onside kick. Jennings County's only got 1 timeout remaining, so they can't really force any timeouts to stop the clock for the Red Devils from chewing it out if they're able to recover this onside kick, assuming that's what the Panthers are going to do. I'm only assuming that because, I mean, that's what you have to do in this situation, especially down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way the only way to do is do 2 onside kicks.
And the last onside kick was really good. They tricked them out. They thought they were kicking to the right, and they kicked it to the left. And it almost worked out. We'll see what they can do here. Got about equal amount of linemen on the right and left side on this kickoff team. Got 2 potential kickers here. It looks like they will kick it over to the right side. Ball's down on the ground and recovered well by the Red Devils. And that should do it. Should be the icing on the cake. Able to recover it on the return.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do an onside kick so many times before they are expecting it. Yeah, you saw everybody up there up front. I mean, you can't fool anybody at that point.
Can't fool anyone indeed. So the Red Devils will look to get their 4th win on the season and take that momentum heading in to Center Grove. Looking to head up to South Indianapolis in a David versus Goliath matchup. That's exactly what they are thinking. The Red Devils are going to come out with a win in sectionals. But that's something you got to be proud of, getting the win here today. It's going to be a handoff over on the right side. He's going to roll his way over to the right side. Flag thrown down on the field. A nice, decent run. We'll see what the penalty flag is out on the field. And another flag thrown down on the field. Looks like it might be a little bit of a scuffle here or there, but we'll see what the call is.
Ref's taking some time here.
Making sure that everything's all right. It's going to be a personal foul on the Red Devils. And then another personal foul on the Red Devils. That's going to push them well back of where they were going to be, all the way back into their end of the field. But it shouldn't really matter in this case. Just run the ball. Maybe get a first down for insurance.
But just make sure that clock is, right.
Just do what you got to do. Make sure your players don't get any penalties. You got 2 receivers out on the left side, 2 on the right side. Takes the snap, hands the ball off. He's got a hole over the right side. He's at the 40 and tackled down. And Jennings County will call their last timeout defensively. And you got to respect it. You're not quitting. You're only down by 2 touchdowns, even though it looks a little bit out of reach. You didn't recover the onside kick. You're still putting up your best effort, not quitting. You call that last timeout. Maybe something can go your way. And 1:29 to go in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings County, this team may have been, blown out first. They crawling back, even when everybody here is telling them that it's over. Everybody's packing their bags and leaving. They're like, nah, this ain't over yet.
And while I will say overall, the score says it for its own right, but Jeffersonville played the better game. They did. It was a little bit too little too late for Jennings County. They struggled in the first half. But I will say, in this 4th quarter, they put up a fight. They certainly did. And I'm excited to see what Jennings County can do in their next game against Bedford North Lawrence. Looking to put up a more competitive match here today.
Yeah, this team, a lot of penalties today. But, you can learn from your mistakes. And next time, maybe they can keep it, close. Maybe they can finally get it over and upset Bedford North Lawrence.
So the ref waiting to make sure everything's all right on the scoreboard before they can resume play. Still waiting. Ref communicating, making sure everything's all right.
Quite a discussion, especially between the linemen.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like we might be getting a little closer. And I think it's something to do with the scoreboard. You see the referee talking with one of the Red Devil administrators, trying to make sure everything's all right, making sure everything's right and accurate. And the ref gives the thumbs up. We're good to go.
Second down, 17.
1:38 on the clock. To take the snap, it's going to be a hand, or check that. No, he keeps it over on the right side. Heads its way out of bounds, and another flag throw down on the ground. And it's going to be on the Red Devils. you can't afford to have these penalties late in this game. You just got to be able to finish the job. Don't get your emotions to the best of. Don't let the emotions take take the best of you. I don't know why I'm blanking on that, but can have the best for you. But you know, it's just an unfortunate situation there. Just finish the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure at this point the coach is like, let's get out there safe, please, right? And these flags are just, you can't burn off the clock. It's just, ouch.
Second down and 17. It's a handoff up the middle. Gets a few yards. And they'll look to run out that clock as much as possible. But the refs are signaling. So it looks like it is a timeout called by Jennings County. I thought that Jennings County called that timeout earlier. But maybe it was because of the... I'm not really sure, but nonetheless, they're able to call the timeout. It's their last timeout for the Panthers. All right. Well, nonetheless, it's 1:27 on the clock. And now it's 3rd and 21. Maybe there was an injury that we might have missed over or something. But nonetheless, Red Devils 3rd down and 21. Two receivers down here on the right side, one on the far side. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Able to move his way forward, and now they'll look to chew off as much of the clock as they can. So I guess Jennings County must have had all of their timeouts. Nonetheless, the ref made the signal. Jennings County has called the timeout, and yeah, there's 1:19 on the clock.
Okay, I mean, our TV viewers are probably
now, nonetheless, you still got to. I mean, like the Red Devils they got to make the stop here. You know, you're still up by 14, but after how Jennings County was able to move their way down the field on that last drive, you got to be like, hey, you know, we're up. It's a comfortable lead, but we just got to make sure that we finish the job.
Definitely. I mean, if I'm Jeff, I'm still. There's enough time where there could be a scare. You just got to make sure you don't fumble a 4-touchdown lead.
Yeah, so Jennings County called all 3 of their timeouts to stop the clock. Apologies for the confusion. And a trickery there, a lateral pass over there on the left side. They'll take it upfield at the 30. And gotta love the effort.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about earlier throwing a kitchen sink. I mean, they're throwing like the car out onto them. I mean, they're like the entire house getting stripped down from this foundation because they're throwing everything at it.
1:07 to go here in the 4th quarter. Now Jennings County will look to have their minute drill offense.
Now, if I'm the coaching staff here at Jeff, I mean, you have to just like make sure they can't do the big plays.
Nice stop there for the Red Devils. They're pointing down to the ground. It looks like it might be a fumble. The Red Devils come up with the ball. There's flags thrown down on the field. And a nice turnover for the Red Devils. We'll see what the flag is on the field.
I mean, if you're Jeff, this is the epitome of like, please no, just be on Jennings.
We await the signal. from the referee. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Red Devils. But nonetheless, still a turnover. Red Devils have possession. We'll finally now look to close it out. You can expect the Red Devils just to run out the clock, finish business here today. And a promising win, and a great way to send the crowd home happy on this Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, 35-20, maybe a little bit closer than a lot of these fans want it. But nonetheless, you got the dub. You improved to 4-5 on the season, and you look forward to putting on your armor and go and face a Goliath up in Greenwood.
And I will say, from my perspective of what we've seen here today, the score is a lot closer than the game actually was. I mean, I will say, gotta love the effort from Jennings County to put up a fight in the fourth quarter. They definitely look like the better team late in this fourth quarter, especially in the second half. But nonetheless, the Red Devils still coming out here. They will take the knee. So that's one knee. They'll look to do the second knee to finally make it official. But as you said earlier, you're heading up to Center Grove, and it's a tall task, but you can never say never.
I mean, exactly. I mean, for Jennings County, they also have to face their own Goliath going out to Bedford. I mean, they're going to face in Bedford. Both these teams have to gear up.
And lucky for them, they have tape on Bedford North Lawrence, even though it's not a lot of great tape for their side. Still get that experience. As for the Red Devils, they'll look at the tape from last season in 2024, where they struggled with that, but they're looking for revenge and redemption here in the 2025 season as they head into the IHSAA state playoffs for football, looking to take on Center Grove in the sectionals. But that will do it here today. The Jeffersonville Red Devils coming out with the win. Our final score, Red Devils 35-21 over the Panthers. You're watching and listening to WJHI TV and WJHI 98.5 Jeff FM.